So I've started a publishing company. Well, hey, it's Em here, your friendly ish non binary pal. Pull up a chair or, whatever. Iconic lesbian green couch. It's 2025 on Al Gore's internet, and you've probably noticed how things are going, well, not good out there. And I gotta be honest, after the election, I almost didn't make it this far. But here I am, an autistic, non binary lesbian, aka, to the Red Hats, a big effing joke. So while these guys have been out there banning books and trying their hardest to make just existing as a trans person, an LGBTQ person, a crime, I've been thinking, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, I matter. People like me deserve personal joy and happiness. It took me months of freaking out and grief to finally recenter myself. And you know how? By reading trans and sapphic books, by talking online with LGBTQ plus authors. And to be fair, I was doing that before the election and it was really fun, but I just couldn't do it for a while. I was in such a bad headspace. I had to work very hard to recenter my mental health just to get back to reading. But I knew that those books were out there, that they were waiting for me, and I could get back to what I enjoyed. I just had a lot to process, and I'll have a lot to process for quite a long time, as I'm sure people watching this can relate to. So finally something clicked, and I came back to myself, or at least who I am in this current climate. So why am I making this video? Well, I have been an unpublished writer, as I say, for all of my adult life. And I have written 5, usually I actually say 4 unpublished novels because one of them was lost in a flood. I've written lots of short stories, poems, over the decades. We won't say how many. And I worked formally as a college English instructor and a business writing coach. I worked with and helped thousands of people. In the midst of all of it, I still sometimes found time to write my own stuff, but I didn't want to share my own writing. I feared being seen, and I was also putting basically all of my energy into helping others. And both of those things, my use of my energy, being seen, relate back to being autistic. Autistic AF. My autistic nature, as do many autistic people, have a limited energy battery, health meter, however you want to say it, to use day by day. And then also, partially in this is that being seen, in my experience, has been very dangerous for me. But I'm ready to feel good, and I want to contribute some queer joy into the world. So I've started a publishing company. It's called Galaxy Moth Press. And at first, I'll be publishing my own work. I have a full-time job. Again, limited energy. But I'm saving money to invest in creating an anthology of trans sapphic stories. Trans, of course, sapphic. And when I say I'm saving money, that is so that I can invest it back into my company and pay the authors who contribute to the anthology. And who knows? With my experience as a writing teacher, as a coach, as a creative storyteller, I have the right background to see where I could take Galaxy Moth Press, or maybe where it could take me. So here's what I've done so far. I registered with the state. I applied for a business tax ID. I started a website. There's a Blue Sky account and this YouTube channel. Who knows? By the time you're seeing this, maybe I'll be on more social media. I've published 2 novelettes so far under the name Evie Silk as part of an ongoing series. And these are ebooks, and I will be collecting them once I'm done with the 5th and final novelette in the series into what I will turn into a print paperback. I also have a full novel called The Poison Fruits coming out in June for Pride Month. So as I do this, I'm doing it to help maintain my sanity and keep going in really ridiculous times. I always dreamed about doing this, and I was going to do it regardless of what was going on in the world. So here we are. I want to find more of my people. Gay. Maybe that's you watching this. And to collaboratively create more queer, more trans joy out there in the world. We need it. And I encourage you to find your own thing, whatever it is, and do the same. My journey with Galaxy Moth Press has just started. I've finally gotten over this block of being seen. And now here I am. So I'm actively engaged in learning about how and where to publish. I've started publishing on Amazon, and that was just to get it out there. And now I'm learning all the ins and outs of where else to publish and how to do it. And I'm testing it out on these novelettes first, so I can figure out everything before I do the anthology project. So I can figure out ups and downs and, where any limitations are, any problems that could crop up. And I'm figuring it out. I'm really excited. I have something to live for again. Queer